Hey guys, my name is Avery Maciel and welcome to my channel, a safe space is everything you need to know about skincare and makeup. Today's video we'll be talking basically about how to create your own skincare routine. So before we get into what you can use to create your own skincare routine, let's talk about what is considered a good skincare routine. What is considered a good skincare routine? Skincare can always change. It can be difficult, it can be extremely expensive, and if you're not careful in mixing ingredients, it can be dangerous. Skincare changes as your skin changes. As you get older, products will change in and out. As your skin can get sensitive or have a certain condition come up, products will change in and out. So there is a reason why each product is needed. With this being said, let's jump into what our first product is. Our first product is considered what is called your oil cleanser. So a cleansing oil is basically, it can just be one oil specifically or a mix of different oils like mine. As you are using this, you want to make sure to pump about 2 to 3 pumps into your hand. Make sure to rub it in to warm it up. And what you're going to do is you're going to then make sure to really get into your skin. The reason why it's important to have an oil cleanser is because it's going to pull out your makeup, your sunscreen, your oil plugs within your skin and any other impurities, and it's going to help break them down and draw them out. Also, the benefits of having an oil cleanser is it's going to help moisturize and hydrate your skin. As well, it can help control the oil production in your skin because what you're doing is you're basically making sure not to overstrip it, which is the reason why most people have their oily skin. After massaging it in for about 5 minutes, you want to make sure to wash it off with just some water and then jump straight into your next cleanser. So the next product on the list is considered an actual cleanser. So a cleanser can be in multiple different ways. It can be considered foam, it can be considered as more of a cream lotion based texture, or it can be considered more in a gel form. Mine personally, I prefer a foam just because it helps break down and I have a little bit more oily skin, which it helps work on. And you're gonna massage that into your skin for 60 seconds. This is really important to make sure it goes in for 60 seconds because it's going to really break down and get into everything. This is something that multiple estheticians and multiple dermatologists and multiple skin specialists have talked about. And when making sure to rub it into your skin, it's going to really break down everything else that's left in your pores as well as really clean them out. After that, a lot of people, what they do is they jump usually into a mask if they're really into their skincare routine and they have a more flexible time. Usually this is more at night or right before a big event. What I do is I'm right now jumping into an acne-based mask given to me by Rosa Skincare. A mask in general is usually going to either provide hydration or it's going to work to target something specifically. In my case, it's going to be acne. A good time to usually leave any type of mask is about anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes. It really just does depend on what the texture of the mask is, what are the ingredients, and what it's targeting. Afterwards, you either usually wash it off again, or you just pat dry if it is like more of a sheet mask. Your next product can be considered a toner. A toner is going to basically help balance the pH within your skin, and depending on which product it is, it can target stuff specifically as well. But for the most part, you either can spray this onto your face like I do, or you can pour it into a cotton pad and basically wipe and pat this along your skin. After that, you're going to jump into what is called your essence. An essence is something that's a little different per person, but what it is, it's your first step into treatment. It's going to really help lock in hydration. A great way to do this is kind of pour it into your hand and just pat along your skin. Now is on to serums. So serums can be completely different per person. And the reason why it's important to understand which serums work for you is because they can either provide hydration, target acne, work on fine lines, hyperpigmentation, and multiple different other ways. Serums are literally what can make or break a lot of people's skincare routines. When you pump into your hands, massage it a little bit, and then you're going to be patting it onto your skin. Patting it onto your skin is what's going to help bring in a little bit more circulation, and it's going to help penetrate deeper into your skin. And as you can see, a good way to know if this is working is when your skin starts to kind of like pull off of your hands as you're patting. Now we're going to be moving on to your eye cream. Your eye cream is basically going to be the area around your orbital bone. It's important to make sure to tap it in with your ring fingers and only tap on your orbital bone. Your orbital bone is going to be basically the tops of your cheekbone and your brow bone. Here, as you're tapping it in, you're going to tap it in lightly, and the reason why is because this is your thinnest layer of your skin. You want to make sure to really not damage it, and as well as not to go too far in, because as you blink, it's going to naturally pull everything closer into your eye. So if you put it too close, and as you start to blink and move your eyes throughout the day, it can slowly and it can accidentally get into your eye, which is a big problem, and a lot of people face this issue. So a good rule of thumb of what I do is just to make sure to pat it onto your brow bone and onto the tops of your cheekbone. And as you do that, it's going to slowly get in, and you can lightly massage this in either direction. I do this about a couple times in either direction just to help increase the circulation around there. Now we're moving on to products called like spot treatments. Spot treatments are basically can target anything like your pigmentation or acne. It just depends per person. For me right now, I don't really have one, so that's why I'm not using it in the video. But what you can do is you're going to basically put this on either with a Q-tip or your fingers, and you're going to dab it along the specifically targeted areas you want. If it is more of a liquid base, it can allow it to sit in and soak in, and you just apply it then the next products afterwards. If it's more of a cream or something topical overnight, or an acne, like most acne based ones, you want to make sure then to put it at the very end of your skincare routine, just because you don't want to move it around as you're doing it. So now moving on to your moisturizers. Right now I'm using more of a cream based moisturizer. It can come as a cream or it can come usually as a gel. It just depends per person. What I'm doing is I'm going to take a little bit of this one, as you can see by First Aid, and I'm going to really just make sure to rub it and massage it into my skin. And make sure to really get everywhere. A lot of people often forget, especially if they have like facial hair, they'll forget to put it into their beard, and that's usually where a lot of people can produce flakiness or acne. So make sure to really push your products into there as well helps. You want to make sure to rub it in until it sits well into the skin, and you're going to kind of get that same supple effect as you did with the serums. So now moving on to your sunscreens. Your sunscreen can come as physical or chemical. Right now I'm using one that is SPF 30. It's always recommended to have SPF 30 or above, nothing below, because this is going to really help protect your skin. When you are using sunscreen, it doesn't matter if it's rainy, cloudy, if you're just going to be indoors. You want to make sure to use it every day. This is the reason why people's skincare allows them to actually progress and increase to better results. If you are not using sunscreen and you're using any other products, it's going to cause your skin to become photosensitive, and this can lead to breaking out more. This can lead you to having more darker spots than you did before, or aging your skin faster than you normally would have, because of these ingredients are working to target your skin in specific reasons. Using a sunscreen is going to help preserve it, is basically why it's needed. So sunscreen is going to help fight against UVA, UVB, and blue light, and anything else usually around there as well environmentally. With that being said, you want to make sure to rub it in and make sure to put a really good amount. You want to be generous with this. Nothing too much, but just something to make sure to get everywhere within your skin. And if you're in the night and PM, you'll be using a sealing oil. So sealing oil just depends on each person's skin. Right now I'm using one that's a hemp seed based. And when you use a sealing oil, you want to make sure to put a good amount of drops in your hand. You're just going to rub this into your hands to warm it up, and then just massage it over everything else in your skin. And the reason why is because the sealing oil is going to help basically seal and just protect the skin, same way as you did with the sunscreen at night though. With all of that, this can be very complicated, especially if you don't have a skincare routine or you're just trying to figure out how to start your own. Breaking it down to specifically what are the basics for an effective skincare routine. You want to make sure you have your oil cleanser. This is going to help break down everything. Your second product is going to be your regular cleanser. So what I normally would say is a good type of cleanser to start off is usually more on the cream side. Creams are usually going to be a little more gentle, and as they foam up and lather up, they're going to really help target everything within your skin. Now you want to move on to a toner. A toner is going to really help balance the pH in your skin. Now I did mention other products, but we'll skip those for now, and you're just going to jump straight into your moisturizer. So your moisturizer is going to really help lock in that moisture that you put into your skin with the toner and everything else usually before, and it's going to really help seal everything in, and as well as it can help provide extra moisture and hydration to the skin, and depending on each moisturizer, it can give additional benefits. A good one to start off with is usually, again, something more of a cream-based texture. It's usually more on the overall skin side. This is something that can be different per person, but if you're looking on somewhere to start with a moisturizer, it's really good to have something like that. And lastly, you want to have your sunscreen. Now, what you can do to help kind of save money, especially if you're starting off a skincare routine and you don't know what you're doing, is just wear your sunscreen at day and night. Yes, you're wearing it at night and you really don't need it, but it's going to help seal everything in underneath, and it's going to really help prevent from things coming into your skin, so to say. Using it at night, it's going to kind of work in a way to seal your skin like a sealing oil, but it's kind of like a 2-in-1 because as you need it in the AM, it's gonna really help protect your skin from the UV rays. Now always consult with your esthetician or dermatologist. Remember, I am not either one of those. I'm just a biomedical student who wants to basically explain a little bit for you guys, educate you guys, and later prepare you on what to ask and what to do, and when you're walking into a store, basically what you need to know. Well, that's all for today's video, guys. I hope this helped anyone who's new to the skincare industry, or if you just want to have any other insight onto what type of products are there in the industry, or you're just trying to figure out how to start a skincare routine in general. And make sure to, if you have any questions, to comment them below, and be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for next week's video. Bye, guys.